How to grow your first 100 followers on Instagram. What's going on, guys? It's Thor here, back with a new video, and in this video I'm going to go over something very simple, and it's how to grow your first 100 followers on Instagram. Now, I know this might be the ideal video for some of you because most of you have more than 100 followers, but I know there are a lot of beginners coming to Instagram that have no idea whatsoever how to get started. So this video is more directed towards you guys because you guys obviously need some help getting yourself launched onto the platform as well. Now, this video is going to start some kind of mini series where I first of all go over how you can grow your first 100 followers. Then I'll jump up to your first 1,000 followers. There will be a new video on that. Then I'll go over to your first 10,000 followers, and then final video is going to be how you can hit your first 100,000 followers on Instagram. So if you're watching this video like 2 weeks after it's been posted on YouTube, go down to the video description and there might be a link to the next video on this series on how you can grow your first 1,000 followers, which is the next step. Also stick around till the end of the video where I'll be announcing again the winners of the competition who won the free coaching calls. Anyways, let's jump into this video and look at the ways you can build your first 100 followers on Instagram. So the first thing you have to do is to set up your account. Now, this is very basic. All you have to do is to make your profile picture, make your bio, and post some content. That is basically it. Now, before you do any of this, define the niche that you're going to be targeting. Really specify your niche. What type of people do you want to reach out to? What type of people do you want to have following you? That is going to be crucial for building a successful Instagram page in the future. So make sure you really define this before you do anything else. Now, once you've done this, you can start posting some images. I would recommend a minimum of 6 images. Now, you don't really have to write a caption or do much about these images. You don't have to use hashtags or anything because these images are just going to work as kind of make your page basically look active. That's the whole point. The point is not to get them ranked or to get followers from posting them. The post is just to have them there so the page looks good when people actually start coming to your page. Then you also want a profile picture that is well aligned with the content style of the images. And finally, make a bio. Now, the bio doesn't have to be any spectacular. Just make sure you add a bit of emojis to make it interesting, to make it nice to look at. Also add 3 bullet points, which is usually what I do, that goes across the screen where it displays or talks about or basically shows what your content and profile is all about, so people know what they can expect from following your page. So now when your profile is all set up, it's time to start growing, and we're going to using some basic strategies to get those first 100 followers. This can take you less than an hour, so make sure you stick around, watch the entire video because the strategies are basic, but they're very effective. So the first thing I want you to do is to go to hashtags, find hashtags in your niche, and basically go and comment and like on those images. Get yourself out there, show that you're active member in the community, in the niche that you are in. Now, this strategy is often referred to the Gary Vee $1.80 strategy, and that's the exact one I want you to follow. If you don't know what strategy that is, it's basically just going to hashtags, liking and commenting on images that are in your niche, and basically building connections with people and getting followers that way by showing yourself to people. Now, do this for over 100 images. That is really going to get you started, get you launched off. It's going to take some time, but you really want to get that start phrase going well on your Instagram account. So make sure you go to over 100 images to really get that started. Now, I recommend going to both big hashtags and small hashtags. Now, when going to the big hashtags, you can leave comments on the top post as well, but also go to the recent posts and look at those posts and leave comments there, because those people are going to be really happy when you leave a comment on their post, because they usually don't have any likes or comments because the posts are made so recently. Like some of the posts in the top hashtags, for example hashtag fitness, the most recent posts there are made like 10 seconds ago. So if you're the first to comment, you're going to be noticed, and that is the key, being noticed, and that's what's going to get you followers moving forward with this strategy. Second thing you want to do is to link your page to other social media platforms. So say for example you're using Facebook and Snapchat, tell people that you're starting a new Instagram page and that they should go follow you. It's very basic, but this is going to get you close to that 100 followers mark right away. Next step is to start posting some content. Now when doing this, there are a few steps you need to follow. First of all, I would highly recommend you to add geotags to the photo. Now the great thing about geotags is that there's not that much competition in the geotags, so it's not necessarily important to have a lot of likes to rank on top of the geotags. You basically just use them and people will find your content through it. If the content is appealing and interesting, people will check out your page and like it, especially if it's from a location they are in as well. Now also you want to be using hashtags. Now this is very obvious again, but you want to use low competition hashtags with under 100,000 uses ideally, because this is going to make it easier for you to get noticed in those hashtags, because if you were to use the biggest hashtags, nobody would actually find your content. Obvious, but again, it's helpful for those of you who don't know about this. Final thing you want to do, and which is something very few people do, is actually use stories and add hashtags to those stories. It's actually a lot easier to get ranked on hashtags with stories compared to images, because very few people actually use hashtags and stories together. So the entire idea behind this, growing your first 100 followers, is getting as much exposure as you can, because that is what's going to enable you to grow. So by posting stories and adding hashtags to them, not adding the biggest hashtags, just adding like hashtags with under 100,000 in competition, because those are hashtags you're going to be able to rank for. Use those and you're going to experience growth from the hashtags as well. If your story is, from your stories, if the story is neat looking, make sure you're taking quality photos when you're posting them to your Instagram account, because the key is to stand out. That is what's going to separate you from the other pages. So I hope these tips have been helpful. If you are a beginner to Instagram and are really looking to accelerate your game, make sure you check out my channel, subscribe and watch a lot of my videos, because I've basically got everything you need to know about Instagram covered on this channel. It's like a mini course, just everything is free. I'm seriously not kidding. Like what people charge thousands of dollars for, you'll find on my channel for free. So make sure you go down below, subscribe, and also leave a like if you enjoyed this video. Also drop a comment down below with video ideas, anything you struggle with, if there's something you've got trouble with, if there's something that you can't really understand with Instagram you need help with, drop a comment below, let me know what that is, and I'll be sure to make a video on it and helping you out with that. Anyways, that is it for this video. Make sure you stay tuned for the next video in this series, which is how to grow your first 1,000 followers, which is different strategies need to be in place. Make sure you watch that one when it's out, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.